my eyes are going to be turned that way if we're not there in person covering it, or at least going to be turned that way to look at that final score.
I tell you this, I'm not going to feel shaky, but I'll get a little nervous if Lafayette doesn't win that first game. I mean, we'll get to Oxford as we go down this list, but something about those Commodores this year for me.
Yeah, and this is still, though, a 5A versus a 7A. They're going to jump up. They jump up a good bit when they go up and play Oxford, so just from a sheer numbers perspective. But prediction for Lafayette County this year, the Doors, 6-2, 2-1 in division play.
And that's 6-2 with what we were given. But they might be 8-2. Just got to see the rest of that schedule.
The Max Preps again, shy on 2 games, we're assuming.
So just depending on who's scheduled, I mean, it's very possible they go 8-2, or it could be 6-4 depending on who they scheduled.
Absolutely. On into Neshoba Central. Neshoba Central picked by Cody to go 7-3, 4-1 in division play. Big game against West Point, September 20th, and Callaway, November the 7th.
Yeah, a couple of tough matchups. I think they could be. It just really depends. West Point is one of those teams. Yeah, you lost your main piece of production.
Well, you not only lost production, you lost a head coach.
So there's a couple of things that they're trying to rebound from. There's some raw talent out there, though, and if I had to guess, they're going to make it work, and they're going to do what they've done the past couple of years. But yeah, that's a big game, and it just really depends on what they bring to the table.
Well, and it's also worth noting that the coach at West Point now is not completely new to the system. He was on the staff for these past few seasons. He was on the staff last year that won a state championship. I think the mantra was he's going to carry on what the former coaching staff left behind. That's kind of the hope for West Point. Certainly with a program like that, the tradition is there of greatness. I mean, more state championships than any other, I believe, school in the state in football. So the Wave, going to be back, going to be tough no matter what.
Yeah, they will be tough. And yeah, I think that's kind of why I put it as one of those top games or one of those intriguing matchups for Neshoba Central, is because you think you know what you're getting, but you really don't.
You really have no idea.
Which, I mean, I guess you could say for any of these teams, but it's a little more different when you lose a head coach and your top piece of production out at West Point. But once again, Neshoba Central has a couple of returning key pieces, starting QB Will Williams, Makai Gaddis, their running back. So, I mean, a couple thousand yards of production right there and 17 touchdowns. Yeah. Running back averaged just under 100 yards a game last season. So you get that back, and you think he'll probably be able to break that 100 yards a game threshold. And not a great record, but enough.
Yeah, enough. On into the Chargers of Oxford High School. And Cody, you and I